Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with y'all again one more time. I'm in here getting all the backstage stuff together. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, man. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. Hump day for many people. For some people, it's not hump day. For some people, it's just Wednesday. It's just another day living in the hood. Just another day run away. And I'm so excited to be in the building with y'all. It is our official relationship Wednesday. This is what we do on Wednesdays. We talk relationship stuff. But even if you're not in a relationship, even if you're out there rolling solo dolo, feel free to be part of what we got going. Feel free to be in the building. It is okay. It is fine with me. I'm trying to make sure we broadcasting live. Now we're on. If this is your first time hearing this, welcome to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up in the morning and put out way too much of my own personal business. I talk about stuff I probably shouldn't be talking about. Express things that I probably shouldn't be expressing. I just do it. I just get out there and do that. But we try to move on, and we try not to hold that against me. Is what we try not to do. Now, if this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before, found it not robbery to come back and watch again, man, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And that makes me feel good on my inward parts. It makes me feel good on my inward parts. Now, I got to try to figure out, we should be streaming on 3 platforms, Facebook Live, Instagram, and YouTube. So let me make sure we on all 3. It looks like we on there. Yeah, we on all 3. We on the gram. I wasn't sure if we was on the gram or not, but we on there. We on the gram. So welcome everybody. First things first, man. Let me go ahead and say good morning to the people. Good morning. If you're watching all over the world, we thank you so much for being in here and watching with us. I give out the mythical morning medals, and that's for people that get here, but ain't nobody here on time today. Ain't nobody here on time today, so ain't nobody for me to say good morning to. So let me say good morning to the people over there. And Instagram, never a mascot. Good morning. Over there. Look, I got one from each group, man. Tanisha, good morning to you. BSM. What's BSM? That sounds nasty. BSM. Ain't that when you hit each other with whips and trains? I mean, if it is, it's fine. I'm fine with it. Ooh. I don't know. Yeah, what does BSM stand for, Tanisha? I need to know what that stands for. Fernita, good morning. Fanny. Okay, Fanny Parker Bennett. And that's a trustworthy name. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you run into somebody named Fanny, you can trust them. I'm going to assume your middle name is May. I don't know anything that can come after Fanny. I go anything that comes after Fanny. Steve Kuther, good morning. Black soccer mom. Oh, listen, I wouldn't have known that one. That one was a hard one. That is a hard one. Big up, JP. Good morning, man. Just became a great. I don't know how many greats you got, but a grandfather. So I think your grandchild had a baby. So great grandfather, maybe 2 greats. But man, congratulations on the new baby, man. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing. When somebody else has the baby, you be super excited. You excited when somebody else had a baby. When you had that baby, there's a little bit of fear, trepidation, all kinds of stuff. When somebody else had a baby, you all you can do is celebrate. That's all you got to do is celebrate. So big shout outs, man, and congratulations to you. Good morning, Tam, TT, Tiny, and Tasty. Fanny's middle name is not May. Well, ain't that something? Marie. That is interesting for it not to be that. Good morning, Ma. How are you this morning? Thank you so much for tuning in. It is, like I said, a fantastic Wednesday. I don't get to do the show by myself on Wednesdays. I bring people in on Wednesdays to help me out with the show. One of the things that we're doing to make the show a little bit more user friendly. We want the show to be a little bit more user friendly. We want y'all to enjoy the show more. Want y'all to enjoy the show more. Now, I'm not saying that y'all don't enjoy the show as it is. I'm not saying that just me ain't enough, but I do want to add other people. So we on Wednesdays, we bring my man in, Pastor Shy, on a wedded Wednesday. And we call it a wedded Wednesday. You ain't got to be wedded to be on it, but we appreciate it. Letitia Burrs, good morning. My man Greg Hyman, all the way from the Shy, the Windy City. Big ups, my man. Big Greg out there, man. That's my sports guy. The Brooklyn boys still on cloud 10 because they won the championship out there in New York. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you know a New York Knicks fan, they gonna be excited for the next 5 years. Then all New York Knicks fans gonna act like it could be 5 years from now. They gonna act like they won that championship yesterday. They not gonna let it go. Knicks fans are gonna hold on to the championship. I'm gonna tell you, the only people that would possibly be worse than Knicks fans right now is Dallas Cowboy fans. If God were to shine upon the Dallas Cowboys and let them win a championship, they the only group that is gonna hold on to it more than the Knicks. Orange and blue skies. I told you. They the only ones gonna hold on to it more than the Knicks. The Cowboys last won a championship in what, like 19 in the 1900s. In the 1900s was the last time the Cowboys won a championship, and you wouldn't know it by talking to a Cowboy fan. If you talk to a Cowboy fan, you would have thought they won yesterday. You would have thought they won yesterday. So if the Cowboys actually win one, oh, you ain't gonna never be able to get them to shut up. Never get them to shut up. But that's not why we're here today, man. We're gonna talk relationships real quick. Let me bring in a young man, pastor, writer of a book. That makes him an author, musical artist, parcheesi player, all kinds of amazing things. Let me bring this guy in, man, fresh off of being held as a diplomatic hostage in Jamaica. Now, there are certain places where I believe people have flight issues. Some places I think people had themselves stuck. I think they missed their plane. I know some people be like, hey man, we had flight issues and our flight didn't work out well in Wisconsin. I get it, because nobody wants to stay in Wisconsin. If you tell me my flight got delayed in Iowa, I believe you. But if you tell me my flight got delayed and I had to stay an extra day in Jamaica, we don't believe you. You need more people. When you just happen to have a friend in Jamaica with a house for you to come stay at and all that kind of stuff, you just happen to get stuck in Jamaica. People don't get stuck in Jamaica. Nobody. There's a lot of things you get in Jamaica. You get high in Jamaica. You get things that rhyme with stuck in Jamaica, but you do not get stuck in Jamaica. But we'll let Pastor Shy finish that lie off. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for New Jersey's finest, the one and only Pastor Shy. How you doing, Pastor Shy?
What's up, brother? How you doing today?
Hey man, never been stuck in Jamaica. Just know that.
Hey,
I know that
listen,
much.
man. Favor ain't fair, brother, but it sure feels fabulous. How about that?
Favor, so now getting stuck in the airport is favor.
It is. It absolutely was this time. Yes, sir, brother. Don't hate. Appreciate. Celebrate. Don't need no hateration nor in this jamboree.
First of all, it's hateration or holleration in this.
Hey,
There it is. Hey, sister.
It's
Thank you. She just took the show up to a
Wednesday.
whole nother level.
See?
Thank you, sis. We needed you.
See? And
Now we better. Now we better. See, Cletus, now you're stronger, you're wiser, you're better, so much better.
See?
Never would have made
Because
it
of
without
me.
your wife.
Because of me, right? See,
Absolutely.
fix your face.
Absolutely.
People are watching. Honey.
I ain't gonna let my wife come in here. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna. She's in the room though. She's in the room.
Cause she ain't got no business being over here. This is not her. I don't care what she do. When she had her little dance classes, I don't be popping up at the dance classes.
It's relationship
and
Wednesday.
I don't care what that mean. What that mean? Relationship Wednesday on my show. It ain't her show. That's all right. Every time she pop in, you get that same face. Every time.
Like a little kid that didn't get his way. You ain't gotta act like
that the face they gonna get. That's the face they gonna get. You won't let me wear my vacation clothes around the house, and then you sneak into my show all the time. Pastor Shai, let's talk about that. You just got stuck on a vacation. Did your wife allow you to wear whatever you wanted to wear? Here's my thing. We had the vacation clothes. We ain't even got no vacation plans yet, but I got vacation clothes. I figure like in summertime we should be going somewhere. So I went ahead and bought some summery clothes, just some stuff that says summer, shorts that let the wind blow through, so that I can feel the essence upon my nether regions. So I just wanted to try them on because it was my first time ever buying from one of them off-brand sites. I don't want to call them off-brand sites, but the Temu and all of them places, I'd never ordered from them before. So I didn't know whether my stuff was gonna come in slightly irregular. So I tried the stuff on. She gonna tell me I can't be wearing my vacation clothes in the house.
Listen, man, you going left already. But yeah, all of my vacation clothes that were designated for a vacation, I was forbidden to wear until we were in Jamaica.
Oh, what? Why do they do that? What? Now, what would have happened had you got over to Jamaica and the inseam was wrong and all your shorts was in a hoochie daddy status?
So I was permitted to try them on after showering, making sure I was extra clean, and then taking them immediately back off. But at no time could I just sport them and hang around in them until we got to Jamaica.
In your own home?
In my own home.
What happened to the man being the king of the castle? You think Pharaoh's wife was over there trying to tell him he can't wear that particular robe on
She might have.
He can't wear his murdering robe on non-murder days. I don't get it. I don't understand what wives got going on. The attempted control. It's a difficult thing. I never had these problems when I was single. When you're single, you can wear your clothes whenever you want to.
Yeah, you could, but you was wearing them by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Like now, quick question. I mean, this may be a little personal, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, Pastor Shai, because we've always been able to ask personal questions. Me personally, I don't like and there might be other guys. There might be other guys that feel this way. I think Bishop Joe Lewis is agreeing with me 100%, and that's why he's made it to the rank of bishop.
Okay.
But there's other guys that may do this. I personally don't like taking old drawers on a trip. If I go on a trip, I'm always getting new drawers. I'm new drawsing it up. Now here, look, I just bought a new pack of t-shirts to wear on the show. They right here. These ain't drawers. These are t-shirts. I put my skivvies on, but these is t-shirts. I'm gonna get all new t-shirts. Now, does your wife make you wash the drawers and t-shirts before you wear them?
So I've never taken anything on a trip outside of some shorts or something like that. So this is a first for me. So I'm unfortunately, I have no comment on that because that's never been something that that's even come up in my life about not wanting to wear old underwear on a vacation trip. You must
that was
be
something
balling.
In the Bible about you don't take new wineskins on an old trip or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the book of Nicholas, but I'm not sure.
Lady Richardson said maybe not new, but definitely best of the best. So you may not take new draws, but definitely best of the best draws.
There you go.
She does the packing.
And she does the packing. I do the buy-in, she does the packing.
So she goes and watches, and that's backwards because Pastor, you're supposed to be the one packing, but that's a whole different.
No, I pay for everything. Story. No. I pay for everything.
Whole different story when we start talking about. Pastor, you got you got to go with. First of all, it's laziness because I don't feel like going through folding. They already come folded. When I get them like this, I can take them right out the pack, slap them in. They as tight as they gonna be. I just think that now on a regular basis now. Good morning, Patricia Pippin. Now on a regular basis, they the good ones. Yeah, I try to wear good stuff. Now on a regular basis, Pastor, will she let you take your drawers from package to package?
Okay. Hold on. Say that again, sir.
On a regular basis, you just got a pair of new drawers. She lets you take them from package to package. But she lets you put them on without washing them first. Women apparently wash their drawers first.
No. I don't have to. No. They can go from package to package.
Good job. At least you got some freedom. At least you got some freedom. I was gonna call in an intervention, man. I was gonna call somebody who's gonna come over there and save you if she won't even let you wear your drawers.
Appreciate it.
You know what, Steve? And here's the thing: Fruit of the Loom is no longer the standard. My granddaddy probably would have died to have Fruit of the Loom drawers. That's the only kind of drawers that my granddaddy would have. Now, Steve, your wife is saying wash them first. I don't know if y'all are having a miscommunication on these drawers. Sasha says I do the packing and ensure he's matching and looking good.
Come on now.
But you act like that, man. Here's my statement on that. You married him. That man had to have known how to dress prior to you get married. Man, we know how to do it. A lot of times we go for comfort. Me personally, I'm gonna just take a bunch of white shirts.
Okay.
Take me a bunch of white shirts. Just a white shirt. That way it ain't that hard. Maybe a couple of black shirts. If I go on a vacation any number of days, that number of white shirts. If I go on a vacation for 5 days, 5 white shirts, 5 black shirts, a pair of white shoes, a pair of black shoes, we good to go. Pants are negotiable. Yeah. Men don't need that many pants. You can really get away with it with a couple of pair. Unless you finna be active or something like that. You don't even really got to take 5 pair. But because it's a vacation, I'll take maybe about 5 pair of pants.
Yeah. I on vacation, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I have the I don't care attitude. Whatever she packs. I'll just put on whatever's there. I'm on vacation. I don't really care. It don't have to match. It don't have to. So, amen. I have no dog in that.
I like it. I like where you're going. Now, I may overdo it on draws. That may be where I go. That's maybe where, because I just never know what's gonna happen. You might jump in a pool, you might do some of this, but you got to go a million ways. Now, my husband wears his drawers before washing because he don't follow the code and went rogue and opened a new pack.
Oh well. I didn't know I was going rogue, but you know what? It is what it is, buddy.
Your business is out here now. If she get me before, if she get to him before me, if she get to him before me, she gonna wash him. But personally, I'm package to package. Yeah, me go package to package.
Yeah, it ain't that serious.
Bishop Joe Lewis said, "My wife matches me when we go on vacations." Woo, that's a rough one.
Oh, he says they wear matching.
They go matching. Before we get to the topic of the subject, dressing alike on vacations.
No, we don't dress alike. He's definitely an old school bishop. Let me just go ahead and tell you that.
That's why that's why he has reached the office of a bishop.
That's why he's reached the office of bishopric. Yes, sir.
Good, great. That dressing alike thing. Now I'll do something every now and again. My wife loves, and I've started to do this because my wife likes it. If she goes with me to a show, she tries to put on whatever color I'm wearing. Mm-hmm. If I go to a show, she'll be like, if you wearing blue, she'll try to throw some blue on. Which is why now I try to let her get dressed first.
Okay.
So that I could be like, oh, we ain't wearing the same color because you already had on fuchsia. But because it makes her happy that we have something, I will try to put on something of that color.
So look at Rebecca.
Your wife said y'all color coordinate a lot.
Yeah, I mean we'll coordinate. You know what I'm saying? We'll coordinate, but we're not copying each other. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same outfit. Yeah, right. I'm too grown for that right now.
Y'all can't come out looking like the Bobsey twins.
we ain't
Relationship
there.
and twins is two different things, man.
Two different things.
If you out there wearing that, here's the only thing. Anytime I see that man, and Bishop Joe Lewis, I'm just telling you this. I'm being honest. There's two things I think when I see that man dressed like his woman. If he been in that relationship too long, or maybe 3. He been in that relationship too long. He been in that thing 25, 30 years. He don't care no more. Either the relationship is brand new, or he's a cheater. Those are the 3 things that I'm thinking of. That matching is a lot. I'm not with matching. Disney was a stretch. That matching is a lot. Even the theme shirts. Like I bought a shirt. It's got a chest piece on it, and it's the king piece, and it says king underneath it. And I was like, okay, this is dope. My daughter was like, well, did you get her a queen one? And I was like, no, cuz absolutely not. I didn't do it at all. This is for me because I'm not wearing it at the same time. My boy Bernard got a shirt.
So hold on. So I saw Tanisha put matching me as cheater. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little confused myself. I never put cheating and matching outfits together. That sort of threw me for a loop. But I won't go.
Oh no, I'm on it. Listen here. A lot of times she gonna make you wear that cheetah. Is gonna have to wear exactly what she had on.
Okay, I see where you're going now. Okay,
so that people know who he with.
Got you. Okay, I didn't see. I put them together now. Okay,
yeah, those are the 3 things. It ain't got nothing to do with like there is a form of cheating, but a lot of times that woman, if that man has been cheating, you gonna wear exactly what I'm wearing every time we go out because everybody gonna know you with me. Everybody.
Okay.
The Lord said, I pack my husband's vacation clothes and the underwear have to be washed out the package. Coordinating and matching are different.
They're different.
Now I get that. We knew a couple they've gone to be with the Lord who matched to the T. Socks and sometimes shoes, and they were in their 70s, as they should be.
Right.
And when you 70s, you in the 70s, he ain't got the strength to fight no more. He just be like, you know what? We wearing what we wearing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in your 70s, you supposed to dress like your wife.
Me.
Bishop Joe Lewis said he got 39 years in the game. I ain't even 39 years old. You got 39 years in the game. You are allowed, Mr. Lewis, to wear whatever it is. He's over on Instagram.
You are. I got 33, but I'm still not. I ain't there yet.
Yeah, but y'all got married at 12, so it don't matter.
Yeah, it's a little different. Different.
Bishop Joe Lewis, 39 years in the game, you wear what you want to wear. At 39 years, we can wear the same thing. I'm just not wearing a dress. But 39 years in, we can wear the same thing. We can get it made. We can get an old lady to make us stuff, get some butterick patterns, and we do it. But we're here today, man. Now, first of all, before we get into the actual conversation for today, you have recently hit the New York Times bestseller list.
I'm working on it.
And you say 27 years. I ain't doing that. You got 27 in. Wait till these next 12. 12 years from now, we're gonna come back in season.
Yes, sir.
In season 14, we can come back and I'm gonna bring you on. I'm gonna be like, hey man, you still not dressed like it? My parents match and color coordinate very often. Now I'm gonna be counting how many times when we go out on a family vacation soon. But look what you said, JD. Don't call me Martin Luther King. Your parents. That means you about 36, 37. That means your parents got enough time in the game that they can be dressed alike. Notice the constant theme. Bishop Joe Lewis, 39 years in. The family in their late 70s. Rhonda said she knew a couple. Both of them done went on with the Lord. I'm thinking that they was a little old too. That's an old people thing. Old people and cheaters. And brand new relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about
there you go.
This week.
Brand new. Yeah.
I'm talking about brand new.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I first got married, I had on my under new management shirt. Wore that proudly. But after week 2, no, you don't get that no more.
Yeah. You retired.
You don't get that no more. Now, before we move, you got the book. The book is out. What's the name of the book again?
The book is entitled Winning Together. Let me put it over there. Winning Together. 8 Keys to a Thriving Marriage. So Winning Together, and this is authored by both me and my wife, Rebecca Richardson. You can get it in Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, or wherever books are sold, even at the restaurant if they got a book selling place. You can just get it everywhere. It's everywhere. It's at your grandmama's house. Just go get it. Winning Together.
I just want to let people know that if they go to bookshop.org, which I didn't even know was a place, but apparently it is. If you go to bookshop.org, I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna go ahead and share that.
Okay.
To go get the book on bookshop.org. Now the photo didn't come up for whatever reason. But if you look on bookshop.org, you see it under reviews. You see a review from me. That's
There
why
is
that's
one
why
from
I'm
you.
in there. Huh?
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. You're on the Amazon one too. Yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now y'all
yeah,
spell my name
yeah,
wrong, but it's
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Y'all spell my name any old kind of way.
No,
But we're not even gonna talk.
bookshop.org did that. Yeah,
We
yeah,
ain't
we
gonna
ain't
we ain't
gonna
gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. So make sure y'all go out, support him. Winning Together is the name of the book. Make sure y'all support him on it. And you know a book is good when it has a subtitle.
Okay. Come
When
on with
when
it.
the when the book has a title, if it's just called Pet Cemetery, I mean that's good. But if it's
Uh-huh.
called Pet Cemetery, Ways to Bury Your Dog, that's a good book.
Oh man.
Whenever it's got that subtitle. See, y'all got a subtitle on y'all. It's Winning Together, and then what is it after that?
8 Keys to a Thriving Marriage.
See there? See, that's how you know it's gonna be better because it's got that subtitle. It ain't just one thing. Bookshop.org is a great to buy from because you can pick a local bookstore to support, including black-owned ones. I did not know
Oh
that.
wow. I
And
didn't
that
either.
came over. Thank you, Blue Vase 500 over on Instagram for letting us know that. So
Wow.
bookshop.org is a great
Wow.
place to buy from because you can pick a local bookstore to support, including a black-owned one. That's
Come on with
great.
it
I
now. I
I
love
did
that.
not know that. Huh?
I didn't either. I love it.
I didn't know it was just the first one when I Googled the book. That was the first place to come up. So, hey, big shout outs to bookshop.org, man. Let's
Big
start
shout
buying
out.
books on bookshop.org and
Come
finding
on
some
now.
black bookstores to buy from. Nothing against Barnes and Noble, but I don't think either one of them
Hey,
were of Negro
listen, if we
persuasion.
can support, come on now. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
That's double work. So it came up earlier on in the week, I believe on Monday. We were on the show and we just, as I often do, just chit chatting while I'm not stuck in Jamaica. And
Okay.
a book talk coming soon, we might be able to do that. We won't give people a chance to read the book, man. We get it. Let's do it. Everybody get the book, and then we talk. We'll talk on with people getting the book. I'm with that. That sounds great, Steve.
I'm with
I
that.
appreciate Steve's such an intelligent brother, man. Maybe Steve, you can get all the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma to go and buy the book, and that'll help boost it, man. Because I know Sigmas read. Um, I'm not saying that the other people don't, but I do know that the Sigmas do, and they're known, to be scholarly. Alphas carry bookcases, I mean briefcases, but I don't know if they actually use them. And Q's in books ain't one of the things that we think of. That the two, you don't put the two together. You don't be like, oh man, Q's be reading. That ain't.
We might do a special edition for the Qs called Stomping Together. So we'll see how that
Yeah,
works
yeah,
out.
yeah. Stomps, book stomps. Um, and the Kappas won't be able to put their mirrors down long enough to read the book. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. And before anybody in the D9 come after me, these is all jokes. Jokes, but true. All right. So we were talking on Monday, and we started talking about the statement that your spouse is your best friend.
Okay.
So I want to start there.
Okay.
You have a spouse.
I do.
You do a lot of relationship speaking, and you also have friends.
I
Is
do.
your spouse your best friend?
Yes, she is. You see how
Why?
quick I said that?
Because I say no,
Okay.
and you say yes.
She is.
Support your statement.
Because there's no other intimate relationship in my life that's closer than me and my spouse. Um, we share everything. Uh, we enjoy everything. We laugh together, and we have moments that are just our moments that I don't have with anybody else. And I get to go to bed next to it all the time. So when it comes to friendship, and so again, how do you define friendship, right? Because if you wanted to define best friend, First of all, how do you define a friend?
So friend is a word we use every day. Now, most
Right.
of the time we use it in the wrong way.
Hmm.
Now we can look that word up again and again, but I don't think the dictionary even knows the meaning of friend.
Right. So when I think friend, right, because I'm talking about, so when you say best something, best friend, for me, a friend, when it comes to value, right, it's what relationship do I value the most, right? So a friend for me is not the most valuable relationship in my life to begin with. I have a lot of friends. But when you talk about what do I do with my friends, so how do you define what you do with your friend? Most of the time, it's somebody you talk to, somebody you hang with, right? It's those type of things that you do life with a friend on a certain level. Well, everything I do with a friend, I do with my wife, right? There's not much that we don't do together outside of sports because she's not into sports, and I tried that 1 year and it just didn't work out, right? But just because I can watch a game with a guy doesn't put him in a category of being my best friend because we can do sports together, right? We can do sports together, but with this woman, we do life together. So it's two different categories to me.
So I agree with it being two different categories. I said this. I don't know if your wife is always your spouse is always your best friend, but I do think they're your most important friend, right?
Got you.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe they're your most important friend, and the reason why I think there has to be kind of, I don't think there has to be. Your wife can still be your best friend, and there are people who say I tell my wife everything, and you don't. And there's absolutely, I just don't believe that there are women who be like, I tell my husband everything, and I like, and you don't. And there just isn't a way that you do so. Because my thing
I
is,
don't know, Cletus. I mean, I don't know. Rebecca, she's in the chat. There's nothing that I wouldn't tell her. There might just be things that we don't talk about. How about that? So when you say I don't tell her everything, then to me that says there's some things that if some information I refuse to give her. There's no information I refuse to give her. There's just some things like you said, the Knicks, right? I'm not a Knicks fan, but I'm a Knicks associate. So I got my orange on. I'm an associate. I wouldn't talk to her about sports because it's just not something we have in common. But there's no information that I would withhold from her intentionally.
okay. So my question is, and maybe you've got, maybe the 8 keys of a thriving marriage are pertinent here, and these are things that I don't know,
Okay.
in helping a thriving marriage. But when Rebecca gets on your nerves,
Okay.
who do you talk to about you? And you can't necessarily talk to Rebecca about Rebecca.
Got you.
Um, that's why I say, like, maybe not your best friend, and maybe there's even a subject matter. Maybe you're super pure. Maybe, and I'm not saying maybe. I'm gonna say this:
Yeah, I got you.
you're super pure in a relationship, and you can't be like. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. For example, I've learned to do so. So I had a show recently. I forgot where I was. It was somewhere that wasn't local.
Okay.
And during that period, it was during the World Cup. I wanted to watch the World Cup game. I was big on watching the World Cup. That was exciting for me. It was the initial stages of the World Cup. So very first game, I think it was the USA's first game. I wanted to go watch the game. I decided
Okay.
to go watch that game in a sports bar.
Okay.
I was like, I'm out of town. I'm living just enough for the city. I'm gonna go watch this game in a sports bar. I get to the sports bar, and there's a popular show called Love Island.
Okay.
Apparently, Love Island is
I've seen it.
loved by
Mm-hmm.
women of
Okay.
a particular demographic.
Okay.
Young black women seem to love Love Island, and maybe
Okay.
young white people do as well.
Okay.
So they were having a viewing party for Love Island at the same time as they were having the World Cup match on the other side of the sports bar.
Okay.
Apparently, every young black girl with a tiny shirt, tiny skirt, cheeks out was there, and they
Okay.
came walking through all the time. I had to
Mhm.
fix my gaze upon the television.
Okay.
And listen, the devil was trying to tempt me in ways.
The devil is busy.
He was trying very hard, and so I'm watching the game straight ahead, and I eventually told my wife, I said, "Wife, listen, they was in there." I said it was a test of the marriage.
Okay.
But at first, you think to yourself, I got to call one of my boys. I had called my cousin first. I was like, hey, man, they in here.
Okay.
I said, hey, man, you ought to be here because my cousin is not attached. I said, hey, man,
Okay,
you
I
ought
see
to
where
be
you're
here.
going. I
Because
see where you're going.
they in here. They is
Okay.
in here.
Okay.
They in here. How do
Okay.
you, not everybody is able to talk to their wives that freely. I
So
came back and told my wife, hey, look, man, they was in there, blah, 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 did a great job. But can a man honestly be like, whoo, boy, it was some cheeks that
yeah,
came
but
through there?
but again, to me, you're talking about stuff you have that in common with a guy, right? Doesn't make him my best because I have stuff in common with him, right? So yeah, we have that in common. The way men see women is different than you know what I'm saying. So my wife wouldn't, she would hear that, but she wouldn't hear it from a man's perspective,
Got
right?
you.
So because I have that in common with him, does still not make him my best friend. He might be my go-to person when it comes to things that I need to talk to somebody who understands, right?
Mm.
So to me, it's so like, to me, it doesn't make you best because there's certain things that you get. Because I'm like you, I could still tell her, but she wouldn't get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all want to have somebody in our lives who gets it, right?
Oh yeah,
Without
because I believe she got, and we saying this from a male point of view because both of us are male men. I'm almost 100% sure. And ladies, y'all can try to act like y'all don't do it, but I'm 100% sure if y'all walk in a room and it is filled with fine brothers. And because y'all look at different stuff, y'all be like, boy, we walked in the room, they were looking good, smelling good, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure y'all go and y'all tell each other differently than y'all tell y'all spouses.
absolutely, I believe that.
And one of the reasons why is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Pastor Shy, I think women are more accepting of a man noticing a woman than women are more accepting of a man noticing a woman than men are of a woman noticing a man. I don't think our egos
I
are set
believe
up for
that.
that.
I believe that. I believe that. I
I
believe
don't
that.
think our egos are set up for that. I don't think a
No, I
man's
don't. I
ego
believe
is
that.
set up.
No, I believe that. I believe that. But you see it in, I heard somebody, I was watching somebody, they was talking about this in cheating. And same scenario is that women generally, I'm saying, we know that there's no 100%, but generally a woman's response to her man cheating is different than his response to her cheating. A lot of times for her, she thinks about things that we don't think about, the relationship, the emotional connection, all stuff like that. As brothers, we normally think about you touch my property, right? You violated something that belonged to me. So, like you said, even when it comes to her admiring a dude, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, don't tell me. Listen,
I don't want to hear it.
I don't care about your celebrity crush
Yeah,
because here's the thing, because then that's what creates, I think for men it creates so much self-doubt in a man. So
right.
when she's like, I love Idris Elba, you be like, oh, so that's what you want. You won't
But
cut up brothers. So you ain't happy with me.
but
That
here's a good spot. She's watching. Though she can't talk to me about that stuff, ask her if does she still consider me her best friend. Now
oh
she
well,
can't
she
talk to
watched,
me
she's
about
in
another
there.
dude.
You already asked, you put it on there. You
So
asked, the
Rebecca,
question
go
is
ahead
out
and
there,
answer the
does she
people.
consider you?
So you can't talk to me about men. I don't care about going shopping with you. I have no care about shoes, stuff like that. But with all those things that we don't have in common, let the people know whether or not you still consider me to be your best friend. And be honest.
Well,
Tell the truth and
I
shame the devil.
think that you are, because of your by proxy. I
Okay.
think that spouse has to be the best friend by proxy. You gotta jump in there. She said, "Yes, you are still my BFF."
All
And
right
see,
now.
first of all, men don't like that. Just be like best friend. That
No,
BFF
I'm
is too
cool
much.
with it. I'm cool with it because it's from her.
Blue Vase said so. Blue Vase 500. Best friends telling each other everything isn't the definition. I think that best friend is more than just And so I guess your best friend becomes your second best friend because they're who you're there for. When you and your spouse aren't getting along, who do you go to? You turn to your
Right.
best friend. Blah 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 blah. I think your spouse is your spouse. They have to be your best friend because you need them to survive. Literally, that's the
Listen,
one relationship you're not really trying to let go
but
of.
that
And
comment
to
he
be
just
honest,
made was good.
in this society, I'm gonna tell you, I'll say this: there are a lot of friends who feel like I'm gonna still be there when they gone because this is a new time where people
Hmm.
leave their
Hmm.
spouses quick. So
Hmm.
a lot of friends be like, I'll be there when you do that. I've been with you to 3 wives, and so
Okay.
I'm still here for you. So I see my husband as my best friend because of our union as one, ensuring there is open communication for us to talk about everything so that he knows and no one else can tell him or me something we don't already know.
Right.
Lady Richardson said, but I'm still talking about everything. You can listen or not, but you're gonna sit there. It's hilarious. What you're gonna do is you're gonna hear it. And
Right.
that's one of the things I think all men learn in relationships. You learn how to make it seem like you paying attention.
Well,
My
but
wife comes in and she starts talking dance, and you have to go in the auto listen. You got to go in the auto
yeah, you
listen.
got to go to auto listen.
Mm-hmm. What? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. What? That's crazy. See that? That's
but
auto listen.
but you know something too, and now this is in the book. It's just learning how to communicate in a way that we both can be engaged. So, like for me, and you've heard this statement about landing the plane. So when my wife talks, perfect example, like one day she got in the car and I could tell she was frustrated from work. She had a rough day at work. So I said, "What's going on?" And she went to tell me everything that happened from the time she got there up until the incident happened. And I couldn't hear anything because all I want to know is what happened. So what I shared with her, I said, listen, I know you want to express yourself, but to help me out, tell me what happened first. Now I can listen to the rest of the story, right? So that way I'm not frustrated because I'm checked out because I want to know the main thing. But then you're not frustrated because you need to tell me everything in order to get to the main thing. So we just have learned that because I don't want to have to be checked out while she's talking, right? I know some things I might not be interested in, but if you just give me the end of the movie, now I can watch the movie when it comes to your life because I know what's going to happen. But you can't just come to me and paint this long picture. So I say all that to say there are ways to still be able to engage each other, even though you talk two different type of languages.
That's great. I never thought about that. Like just get to the entree.
Yeah, get to the
You can
entree.
tell me the size later. I'm
Yeah,
excited about
I'll
the
go back.
entree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go back and eat the appetizers.
when you come to that table, when that waitress comes to the table and she starts telling me about how good the green beans are, I don't care about these green beans. I need to know what's my protein.
What's my
What is
protein?
my main entree?
Absolutely.
Now you can tell me, oh, and it comes with a
Come on now.
yeah. I didn't want to say get to the meat because I don't, that
Well,
that
yeah,
that
I'm with you.
sounded
I'm with
bad.
you.
But yeah,
I'm
but
with you.
get to the main entree. So now here's where it went to the right, and before we let you go on out of here,
Okay.
and we got all the pastors joining. Pastor Derek Jackson is in. Bishop Joe Lewis said the key word, that's his key word, Pastor, learn each other. He said that's his key word is that y'all learn
Absolutely.
each
Yeah.
other and it takes learning. Especially when you start taking, like, for me and my wife, one of the big things is it's like the movie say when worlds collide. Because
Right.
I've spent all my life being me. She spent all her life being her. We both established our own households and way that we do
Uh-huh.
things, and then you throw both of them together. And so you like, hey, I don't do this, I don't do this, I don't do this. Our
Can I,
our biggest fight is the laundry room.
can I drop something real quick right there?
Drop it.
The first chapter of the book is entitled Know Your Partner because that's what you just said sums up what we talked about in the beginning. A lot of times people marry somebody that they don't know. And so a lot of the frustrations come with the fact that you didn't know this before you got married, right? So let me give you a funny example. if you married Mike Tyson and he bit your ear off, well, if you knew that's what he was into before you got married, you wouldn't be mad he was nibbling on your load because you know the dude bites ears. You understand what I'm saying?
My wife
But
must be
real
Mike
talk,
Tyson because she's a biter.
but real talk, when you don't know who the person you married are, you'll miscommunicate and frustrate yourself and them because what you just said is true. Not only do you have different experiences, you have different interpretations and different beliefs. So what you think is normal, the other person may say that's crazy. And the reason it's crazy is because you didn't know that the person you married was crazy, right? So know your partner.
All right, so I'm gonna throw a wrench before I ask my actual question. Do
Oh,
you think that the way that the I'm gonna put it on the Bible, but I'm gonna say to the church, the way that
I
church
got you.
drives relationships causes people to have more problems because the church tells you you can't cohabitate, you can't no sex before marriage, no cohabitate before marriage, get married and then figure it out. Do you think that makes it more difficult for people to know their spouse because of that particular way to do it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because one of the things we tell people who are in marriage, who are counseling, is treat the dating process like an investigative thing. Because a lot of times what people do when they're in courting is they spend all of that time doing stuff that they should do in marriage, right? When you're courting somebody, that should be like an interview. And I'm not saying, pull out your pen and paper, but that's the time to figure out who this person is. That's the time to ask the questions. Living with somebody, I mean, again, I understand the what some people say about it, but it's also how you value, it's about your value system, right? So for me, sex before marriage, we can talk about that another time. But to me, sex before marriage, and I can share this with you, it's not just sex, it's really what we call a covenant connector, to the point that even people who are not Christians or believers, when you go to get a divorce, if I'm not mistaken, one of the things they still ask is, was this marriage consummated? Right? Because in order for the marriage to be sealed, there has to be consummation of sex, which lets you know that sex is more than just an act. If without that act, the government will question your marriage. So that's
Yeah,
why for
you can
me,
get it annulled if you ain't never get none.
listen, you
You can't
understand
get
what
it
I'm saying?
annulled.
So
And even if y'all separate, I know at least in Virginia, if you separate, you
uh-huh.
like we've been separated. If you got together on her birthday though,
Okay, okay,
y'all still married, even if y'all
okay.
don't live there.
Yeah, so you can get to know each other. Listen, ask questions. That's one of the easiest ways. Ask real questions before you decide to say I do.
But I
Go
still
around the
think
family.
now I'm gonna try to get some of these questions off of Instagram. Bishop Joel says, "Do you need to live with someone first in order to know that person?" Daria Smith or Daria, I don't want to say it wrong, says it depends on if you have a relationship with Christ and it's about the foundation. But here's my thing, right?
Talk to me.
Here's my thing. I think you can ask all the questions in the world,
Okay.
but you don't really know somebody till you live with
Stay
them.
with me.
I,
Okay,
you,
so
I can ask every question. So,
okay,
for example,
come on with it.
uh, for example, my wife know I grew up a certain way, but she
Okay.
didn't know that I've never had, like I told you, one of our biggest things is we argue over this laundry room. I ain't never had a
Okay.
laundry room. I never grew
Okay.
up with a laundry room. This is the first time I've ever had a whole room just for laundry. Every room that I've
Okay.
ever had in my house belonged to somebody. That it. It was either my room or mom's room. We ain't had no laundry room. You had the bathroom. We all had purposes. I ain't never had a pantry. This house is the
Okay.
first house I ever had with a pantry. So you done
Okay.
got me in a house with things I ain't never had. She's
Okay.
always had, not I ain't gonna say always, but she's experienced these kinds of lives before.
Okay.
So us finding the balance on how to use those things, for her, it's natural. For me, I don't know. That's not something that she would have known prior
Okay.
to us getting married.
So
There's no question. That's not on anybody's checklist. You ever had a laundry room?
so let me say this. Two parts of that. You'll never know everything, but you need to know core things, right? You'll never know everything, but that's part of the fun of the journey. I've been married 33 years and I'm still learning things about my wife. it's actually not a bad thing because I love learning more about this person that I'm spending my life with. And then let's go back to best friends. I guarantee you there's some people who got best friends that they say they know that they never lived with.
Good point. Good point. Good point. So now the crux of it, that was a good point. That you brought it
Yeah.
home on that one. Daria said that is okay. You always learning things about your spouse. You are always learning things about your spouse. Like I didn't know my spouse was a biter. She bites. I don't understand what it is. I didn't know she was part vampire. Uh,
Listen,
she said she was born in Pennsylvania. I thought it was Philadelphia and not Transylvania. But we'll move. We'll move.
okay,
We'll move
okay.
on. Now, Marche said it's like buying a car that you didn't drive. You don't know a car, you don't buy it till you drive it. That's how some people see relationships. You know,
Yeah, but it's different. Again, driving. So stay there. That's what dating is. You're test driving the car, but there's some things that you won't get to do with that car till it's yours. Right? They'll let you take it around the block. But there's some things the owner of that car, I mean, the dealership said, no, you can't do that. You can't change the tires. You can't do certain things until it's yours. Right. So, yes, to me, the test driving, it's you can't test drive it like you own it and you ain't paid for it.
I'm gonna tell you what, if I rent a car though, I'm driving that jank
There
into
you
the
go.
ground. Now, here's the big question. Here's the big
Come
one.
on with it.
Can you married?
I'm here.
That's how you whole married man. Can your best friend, and we
Uh-huh.
decided his best friend, and even if we don't decide, okay, we decide your spouse is your best friend. So second best, opposite sex, can they be of the
Right.
opposite sex?
So, a few things. Again, you have to define friends. Okay. And you have to talk to your spouse on their level of what are you comfortable with my relationship with this friend, right? Because at the end of the day, remember the value is spouse first. And I don't want to make this. Can I just give you this Bible just for context? Not trying to anything, but
Be
there's a
biblical.
scripture
You're
that
a
says,
pastor.
okay, so it says, "For this cause shall a man leave his mother and father, right, and be joined to his wife." If I'm expected to place my mother and father below in terms of value my spouse, then I sure enough ain't gonna put a friend above my spouse. So I have to have a conversation with what my spouse is comfortable with in terms of that relationship. My wife, one of her, she's not a best friend, but he's a friend that was a part of her life most of her life. She actually called him her brother. Um, I literally thought they were blood relation, and then I found out later, no, they just grew up together. I have no intimidation of her in that relationship. They're fine. But then at the same time, if I'm uncomfortable with them having certain conversations as her spouse, I should honor that. So it just depends on what's the
You should
intimacy
honor it or
value with
she
your
should
spouse.
honor it.
No, if I honor, if so either way, if you have a friend of the opposite sex, right? There's nothing wrong. To me, there's nothing wrong with that. We're grown. We can, we're grown. But when you talk about best, now I'm talking about then if that's your best friend and as a dude, my wife, I don't want her to talk to another man about sex, right? We just like that's my best friend. We talk about how he like and how I like it. No, no, I'm uncomfortable with you talking to a man about sex. Now, at that point, you have to make a decision. What's the most valuable relationship in your life? Because I'm not being unrealistic. Some people to me can just be extra, but I'm just talking about just common courtesy to the person that you marry, right? So both her and I, we have friends of opposite sex, but again, because of how I define best friend, I don't have a best friend that's of the opposite sex. For me, there's no other woman that I would share anything with that I wouldn't share with my wife. No other woman. If, like you said, the girls, you was in there and the girls came in there half butt naked. There's no woman I'm going to call and say, man, they was
Half butt
popping up in here.
naked.
They was, man, nah, nah. Because if you ask my wife, she's in here, right? If she can tell you, I don't think she would be comfortable with me even in something that light saying, girl, sis, let me tell you something, sis. they was in here off the chain, booty shaking all around. I don't think my wife would be comfortable with that. And so because she wouldn't be comfortable with that, she says she agrees. Then I would now put my wife, I'll say this now to stop. My wife should never feel second fiddle to any human relationship on the planet.
So, and I'm glad you brought that particular one up, that one subject up, because interesting. So, and I think the that particular one was really innocuous. I don't think that was a bad one, but because I don't see the I don't see the conversation changing because the gender of the person you're talking to changes, right?
Okay.
Because I could see myself actually discussing. So, for example, I told you I called my cousin. I told my wife, blah 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 blah. Me, I tell all my stories. I'll be like, whatever. That's because I just feel like I ain't doing no wrong. Anybody can get this story. The kids can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get this story. Like, you can get this story as well. So my friend Rhonda, I don't feel like I wouldn't call Rhonda and be like, hey Rhonda, the tone and tenor of how I say it might have been different. Might be different. For example, I might call my cousin, my male cousin, be like, boy, they in here. Boy, they in here. Boy, listen, we are in a prime meat factory. It is hams galore. Welcome to Gwaltney. Right?
Yes, sir.
We got a code that we've been using since we was kids. I'm probably letting too much out because I'm here, but we'll be like, boy, some burnt steak in here.
Lord have mercy.
That was our thing. We'll be like, it's burnt steak. And people like, why would you call a woman burnt steak? Because burnt steak is tough. It's some tough women in here, boy. They tough. They tell you some burnt steak in here. It's tough. I might tell, and so that's how I might talk it to him. But when talking to my to Rhonda, I might be like, hey, they really tested my relationship today. Today was the day where I realized how much I love my wife, because it was so many women walking through here, and I held myself together.
So, but again, there's no blanket rule. So I saw Marsha say she has a male best friend. It goes back to your spouse, right? Because to me, it's not a rule. You can't have a best friend who's a female. You can't. I don't think that there's nothing that says that. But again, like what you just said, if your spouse says, listen, sweetheart, I'm a little uncomfortable with that relationship, that's when within your marriage, you have to decide between your husband and wife, what are the parameters, right? I can't decide that for you. You have to talk to because your spouse may not care. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no blanket rule. You can't have this. Nah, it goes back to the marriage. What is comfortable in your marriage? If your husband, so like Marsha, your spouse is if your spouse says, listen, I ain't got no problem with it, then you ain't got to have a problem with it, because that's your marriage, right? But if you have a marriage where somebody says, I'm uncomfortable, then that's when you have to be willing to at least have the conversation to show your spouse that you matter and how can we make this work? Because I don't want to lose my friends. But at the same time, I'm not going to say that I don't care what you think. I don't think we should ever be married to somebody where you don't care about their feelings.
I agree. We gotta have a part 2.
Okay.
Maybe next week or next time we come on. Reason why, because I recently talked to a friend of mine who said because he was trying to honor his marriage, his spouse separated him from all his friends. So we gotta discuss that, man.
Yeah. I want to have that conversation.
There's a line there too. Man. Thank you so much, Pastor Shah, for being on. I want you to be here because I'm telling you, I don't do this on purpose.
Right.
But when I pick the word of the day, somehow, some way, always ends up coming up the what we talked about on the show today. The word of the day today, stalwart, very loyal and dedicated. It's crazy. That's crazy. Is that what you have to be in a relationship? Very loyal and dedicated. Listen, I don't plan these. I don't go and look at them before the show. Pastor Shah, I tell you, he was logged into the show before I was.
So, I sure was.
So he'll be able to tell you. Yep. So we'll talk it out, man. Thank you again, Pastor Shah. Again, give them the name of the book and where they can reach you.
Listen, the name of the book is Winning Together, right? 8 Keys to a Thriving Marriage, right? You can get it wherever books are sold. And you can also do us a favor, visit our website. It's shyandbecca.com. SHY, the letter N, BECCA, because Cleta said I didn't spell her name last time. Shyandbecca.com. You can get the book there too. And you can just see, get some more information about me and my beautiful wife, right? So guys, we believe, and we wrote this book, man, not just we wanted to write a book. God has blessed us after we dated for 3 weeks and we just celebrated 33 years. As you can see from our interactions, we love being married, right? We have some stories too, right? They're all in the book, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. But after 33 years, I'm still learning, I'm still discovering, I'm still telling her to put on her red dress and slip on those high heels. Baby boy, it's still good after 33 years. And so we just wanted to share our life story and some principles we learned along the way. And so please, shyandbecca.com, Winning Together, 8 Keys to a Thriving Marriage.
There we go, man. Thank you so much, Pastor Shy. Hey, man. Also, let them know you are a legitimate pastor, man. You are not Doctor. You are not Dr. Bryant just buying. She done went out and bought a cap and gown. She is. Listen. I want to make her a doctor just because of how hard she's holding on to the lie. But let them know also you have a church in New Jersey.
So because as you guys hear, listen. Our expertise, if you will, is as faith-based counselors. We are pastors. I'm the pastor of Truth Church, New Jersey, right here in Jersey City, New Jersey. Man, I've been pastoring now. The pastor and founder for 16 years. Was part of another church 15 years prior to that. So yeah, we are absolutely pastors, and we've been doing marriage counseling as faith-based counselors for about 20 years. And so thank you for that. Yeah, we're not out here faking it till we make it, right? We are real pastors. We just want people to know that you don't have to necessarily be a Christian to get something out of this book, because we understand that our foundation is faith-based, but we also wanted to write something that anybody, whether you're married or thinking about getting married, you can get something out of this book. So thanks for even reminding us that we're not out here faking it till we make it.
No, man, they married and they pastors and doing all those things. Good meeting you again, Bishop Joe Lewis, fighting for the Lord, been knocking out the devil for many a years, man. So I'm happy to see him. Everybody that tuned in over on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, we 2 minutes over, man. So I'm gonna wrap the show up. Remember, it's Wednesday. Everybody's in a relationship. It's hump day, hunch day, man. Hunch is about making somebody feel good. Make somebody feel good today, even if you got a Kev on stage, and make yourself feel good. Until my friend has become a verb. Until next time, man. We out, man. Y'all take it light. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah.